Hey people, alright, looks like we're recording. Here we have a little DirecTV Remote. This is an old one, it's an RC32. I think right now they're up to like RC66 or something. It's not working. It hasn't worked in a while. I programmed it. I can get the volume control not to work, but the channel selector does work. So, hey. Can't really do anything with this thing right now, so let's open it up and see what the heck is in a DirecTV Remote, because everybody wants to know, don't we? Looks like a Phillips screwdriver. Phillips head. Wow, doesn't even want to fit in there. Let's try this screwdriver, see if I can get this one to go in there. Okay, ow. So there's two Phillips screw heads down at the bottom. And my hand's in the way. There we are. Not that it matters. But you don't want to see a video of my hand, so I'm going to take off these two screws and hopefully this thing will just pop open and separate. And then we can all see what's in there. Let's see. Let me look really closely. Doesn't look like there's any screw inside that I need to remove. So there it is. We're going to zoom out now. I'm going to zoom out, not we are, because there is no we, it's just me. And like I said, this thing's not even working, so it doesn't matter if I break it. It looks like there's a notch over here and a notch over there. Maybe that's for separation? I don't know. It's the whole thing about taking stuff apart. You really don't know how the hell it was put together, but hopefully it doesn't matter. You just try to open things up and see what's in them. Learn. The whole point is to learn. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why this is not working. Maybe those little tabs inside need to be pushed out. I don't know. Okay, let me try a little bit more. Oh, there's a little thing down there. Maybe that's it. That could be it. Is that holding it together? That's it. See, I was looking for the tang. When you're a guy, you're always looking for the tang. Okay, so we've removed the tang. Now I gotta figure out what is holding the sides in. I'm pressing on that. See, you're learning as I'm going along, because I'm learning. Pressing on the insides, thinking maybe there's a tang or something that's holding it together, and there was. So, okay, so we're slowly. One side's done. This side has something holding it in, and now the remote wants to close up on me. Okay. Nice and dirty. Nice and dirty. So we're slowly opening this thing up. I just don't want to jam this screwdriver into my hand, have it slip off and end up hurting me. We go with a, well, I really damaged that screwdriver. I need another screwdriver, but I don't know where the heck I put it. Oh, here it is. Alright, let's press down. Press down, because obviously there are some tangs that are holding this sucker together. And we're going to get this done, I promise you. There it is. Okay, I can see one notch over there, and let's try on this side. And oh, that could have gone right through my phone. Alright, stop messaging me already. I'm busy. I'm not going to get up and answer. Ow! Yeah, now I gotta be really careful, because I'm getting a little dangerous over here. Let me go answer that message. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Answer 2 messages. This is an opening up, and it's freezing right over here. So it's like it's stuck. So something's holding it in over here, and there is no screw hole. So and it releases right up to here. So let's go work on this. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's broken, if I break it, because it's broken. Can I should do this with a knife. Does this thing pop off or not? Ooh, whoa. Okay, something happened there. Son of a bitch. Yikes, did I break it, or is this... Alright, we're making progress here. Whatever the hell. I think we're making progress. We're making progress on breaking it. Yeah, we're making progress, I believe. Okay, oh! Alright, so we're taking the remote apart from DirecTV. Very exciting. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, there we go. Hey, check this out. Pretty awesome. Okay, yeah, I was going to say I need to mark it, but I don't really need to mark it because it will go on the right way. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. So if I kept on doing that, I probably would have broken this whole thing. I definitely would have broken it. Broke it, not broken it. Broke. Would have broken. Alright, let's go take these 4 screws out and see what happens next. 1. 2. When it doesn't matter if you break it, you can be a little more risky because you're just learning and experimenting and exploring with things. But if you're worried about breaking it because you want to use it, then you got to be much more careful. Okay, I don't know what's going on yet. Looks like all 4 of these screws are out. All 4. 1, 2. That one didn't pop out. Doesn't want to come out. Come out, damn it. There we go. 4 screws out. Put those. Looks like all the screws are the same, but we'll put the 4 screws separate. Does this come apart yet? This thing better come apart. Come on. Unbelievable. What is holding this guy on? Let's go back in and see if I need to pry a little more. Oh, okay, I guess that was it. See, you just got to take your time, experiment, learn. Got to figure out what's holding this stuff together. I'm completely screwing this case up on the outside. All right. Looks like the cover is going to come off. Switches to DirecTV to TV. We'll take that cover, move that out of the way. Got our switches over here. Will this come out of the box? See how it's all one step after another step. You're just experimenting. Oh, crap. Okay, there is the bottom. It's the 2 IR LEDs for sending your signal to the TV. It's probably a cap for the power filtering. That's your battery. Terminals. That's your board over here. It's the board. And then we have, let's zoom out a little bit. We got the rubber part, which you press on it and it ends up completing a circuit on this PC board over here. So let's see, how dirty is this thing? Well, there's a lot of dirt in here. There's a lot of, I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in on there. I don't know if it matters, but look at that. Look at kind of the moisture, the oil type. Maybe that is supposed to be there to help contact, or maybe maybe not. Look at all that. It's just leaking over there. Yeah, that's not good. There's a lot of liquid. Somebody must have cleaned this, or I don't know, maybe this thing is still usable. I'm going to let me try to get a better view of that for you. See all that shiny stuff? I don't know if somebody cleaned this thing. And the moisture's just been in here ever since, but I'm going to go wipe this thing down, clean it up, and this remote might be usable after all. Alright, I'm back again. You know, I don't know, like I said, if this was glue, because this stuff is perfectly on all of these switches down here on the outside, and yet there's no lubrication or gunk on any of these. It's just down here, which makes me think that somebody might have cleaned this, but the liquid is just perfectly centered over these switch locations, but that makes sense because the liquid could have gone down through the bottom. I'm going to clean this all off. Normally I would use isopropyl, but I really don't give a damn because this thing looks like it's got some oil or some gunk in there, some grease. Yeah, it's kind of sticky on my fingers, so I'm just going to spray this thing down with this really crappy, unhealthy for your body 409. Mostly because it's a degreaser, which same for alcohol, same for isopropyl. And I should be using a static bench, but like I said, I don't really care if this thing works or not. I already have the working remote. Let's see. Not a lot of dirt's coming off on this. I don't think, no, that was not flux. This board was cleaned at the factory. There's no way that that was flux. That was... Well, I do see flux. I see flux residue on the board, which I'm surprised to see. This is not the way to do it if you're worried about your circuit. Yeah, there's flux all over there. Look at that. Unbelievable that DirecTV would ship something out like this. Look at the flux on there. So that could have been flux on the board. Maybe that stuff was supposed to be there. And that's why you would use isopropyl to clean it off, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get up. So we're just making the video, having fun. Okay, so all those connections are fairly clean now. There's no battery leakage over here. And clean over on the other side. And okay, that part is clean. Inside of the case I don't really care about. Trying to get all this moisture off of the inside of this. So I'm going to shut off the video and blow some air on this thing. Okay, continuing with the video. Hey, this thing was filthy. So what I did, I didn't want to use alcohol because that would probably remove some of the ink. So I put this in the sink with some Clorox bleach and a little scrub brush and did some scrubbing and an enormous amount of dirt inside here. And like I have said over and over in the video, I don't know if this is going to fix it. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, that's okay too. There's still moisture in here. I am not going to turn this thing on until there is no moisture because I just don't want to blow this thing up, or I don't want to burn it out. If it can work, good, but when you're doing cleaning like this, you want to make sure that there is no moisture at all. So that can cause a short and blow the board out, or we go inside over here. The cover, where's the cover? Is that showing up? Yeah. I'll clean the inside over here. There's probably no dirt inside there, but I'm going to clean it anyway. And that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I could wait forever, or I could stand in front of a fan and then hold these two items, and that's what I'm going to do. Stand in front of a fan with these and let the water dry off. And then I'm going to close this thing up and we'll see if it fixed it. Alright, time to close this thing up because I really just don't care anymore. I don't want to put any more time into it. This is the bottom of the unit. Let's zoom out a little bit so everybody can see what's going on. That's the bottom. That was the board with the LEDs that go towards the red cover. So it goes like this. Let's just slide that back in right now. Is that how it went? Yeah, that looks good. I think that's how it went. Okay, then we've got the cover. I would think there would be a something that this would sit on to lock it in place, but I guess not. Okay, so there we go with that. Now we've got this cover that we took off. I probably should have cleaned that. In fact, look how dirty that is. Well, is that covered? I'm going to clean that anyway because that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm a cool kind of guy. Back in a minute. Okay, I think we're recording. Alright, we're almost done. Let's just close this guy up and see what's going on. Board's positioned in there. I hope. Is this positioned properly? Get these holes lined up with the holes lined up with everything. Let's when you come to think of it, I'm probably doing this backwards because what I did is let me try this a different way. Let me try get the cover over here. So let's put this in the cover so it's perfectly seated like it should be. I think I was going backwards, so let's get everything positioned in here. Get all the switches positioned the way they should be. Push through all the holes. There we go. You can see everything's getting pushed through. Hopefully you can start to see my thought process, how I do it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now that's how I line it up. It's lined up on these pegs over there. Okay, so everything's pushed in. It's perfectly seated now. There we go. Everything's perfectly seated. So, now that we've got it seated, now let's put the board in here. Yeah, that's the way to do this thing. Okay, I was doing it backwards. I was doing it logically instead of the way it should be done. Okay, so we've got that. Now, remember we had the cover and then we had the 4 screws. So let's go put this cover on. Try to get it lined up properly with the battery. Ow. It's not lining up. We lined up with the 4 screws. I think we'll probably line up with the 4 screws. Let's snap this together. Okay, well that was nice. Alright, I got the screws mixed up. There are 4 screws that are long and 2 screws that are short. The 4 long screws are the ones that go in this little center area. 1. I have number 2. And number 3. Up. No. Not left-handed, so it's kind of hard to do this. I don't want my hand blocking the video. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And more emails and 4. Okay. Almost finished. So if nothing else, you know how to take a DirecTV Remote apart if you ever want to, and you know what's in there. You know how to clean it. I wouldn't do this unless you really need to, because if you break this sucker, unless you were on their contract to get freebie replacements. All right, make sure this lines up the way it should and snaps in. How many snap-ins does it have? It's going to snap in over here. It's going to snap in over here. Over here. 1, 2, 3. So it snaps it in 4 places. 1, 2, 3. Maybe. Okay, come on. There's always a stubborn one. Get everything pushed through the openings. Alright, come on. That's kind of stuck over there. There it goes. 1, 2. I was going to go take a break and go get some water, but since that popped in, there's no reason to take a break and get water. Looks like all the switches are working. We've got, that's 2 short screws, the one that I took out originally at the back of this unit. Put those in here. 1. So this is the video on how to take a remote apart. Might also be on how to break a remote. Got some batteries over here. Let's slide some batteries in. Hopefully these things work. And where's the back cover? That should probably also be cleaned, but not unless this thing is fixed. Alright, to see if a DirecTV remote works, you usually want to press 1, and then this light should flash over here. Let's see if it even flashes, or if I broke it completely. 1, okay, it's on. It should do the same with 2, I think. Okay, 2. Now, to tell if this is working, when you program this thing, you usually want the TV thing to flash twice, and it never was flashing twice when I was trying to make this thing work. So let's move it over to TV. I'm going to press mute, and I'm going to press select, and if it flashes twice, then this is definitely good. 1, 2, oh my god. I think the code is 10207. Okay, now you're going to hear in the background, I'm going to point this towards the TV set, and let's see if it turns it on. Does it need to be pointing towards the set? Power button, I press the power switch. Did it come on? Oh, listen to the background. Okay, so now the problem was the volume control, as I said, wasn't working. Let's see if that cleaning up of the board and this rubber stuff in here fixed the volume problem. Let me go press the volume while you're listening. Channel works.
It's a golden anniversary.
And the volume control doesn't. Okay, so as it says over there, bad. It's a bad unit, but hopefully you learned something on how to figure out how to take something apart, and you take your time. I remember I was prying over on the sides, and I realized it was only coming apart over here, so I knew something was going on over here. Snapped this thing out, took out the 4 screws, pulled it all apart, cleaned it up, and it didn't work like it was supposed to. But at least it was a good educational experience in how to disassemble something, and that is what is inside a DirecTV remote. Okay, I thought I was done with this video, but, you know, I was thinking, why isn't this thing working? Why does everything work? And I started pressing on the volume control harder, and it started to work. Well, the volume control is over here. I think it's probably this and this. And this is an old board, as you can see, and that might have a protective coating on it, but this looks really dirty and corroded. And maybe pressing the buttons is not shorting out these two to this. So what I'm going to do, hold on a second, let me go get something to do this. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Remember, I said I don't really care if this works or not, but it would be nice to make it work. Okay, so we've got a problem over here, I think, with the connection. Here's some wet and dry sandpaper. You're supposed to use it with wet liquid. You could also use a pencil eraser. I'm just going to go in here. Try to clean this up a little bit. And I'm taking off part of the board. I could probably take off the circuitry also, so I'm being kind of an idiot doing this, but I'll try to narrow this down a little bit more. I just want to try to remove some of this corrosion. I could probably do this. Look at all that dirt. I could probably do this with a pencil eraser or some polishing compound for a car. So let me go clean my hands off now. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and yeah, maybe that sandpaper was a bad idea because I think I just completely ruined the circuitry. Oops, no big deal. I don't really give a damn. Let's go close this guy up again. Like the zillionth time. How did I do this the first time? Yeah. And I've got so much liquid in here, it's probably going to short out as a power up. So, not a big deal. This remote's probably 8 years old, 10 years old. So, you should be able to put wet and dry sandpaper on it. I wanted it to sink into the wet and dry, and it just came off. Totally came off. So, let's get this whole thing seated again for the second time. Come on. So, if I ever have to try to fix another one of these next time, I might not use the sandpaper, but like I said, at this point, this was going in the garbage because it was not doing the volume control. And I've already got a replacement for this, so get all this plugged in. Come on, plug in. It's all oh, damn. Okay. So we've got that done. I think it's all seated. Let's go pop the circuit board back on here and make sure it's all seated. Everything looks good except this guy. Yeah, everything looks fine. Okay. Let's go pop. No. Don't get ahead of myself. Pop this guy in case. Again. Snap. I don't see 4 screws. 4 screws, 4 long screws. Is it going to line up? Yes. So we're gonna finish this video together. You and I are going to find out if I completely ruined it just now. We got 1 screw, 2 screw, red fish, blue. All right, 2 screws. Now, definitely not good to make a video while you're on your knees because it just wipes out your kneecaps. I probably should have fed these through beforehand, but 3 in, we're almost done. 4th screw. 4th screw is in there. 2 screws on the back. You see, the first time I did this, it took forever. Second time, now that I knew how to do it, took it apart. Oop, snap. Took it apart and cleaned it. In half the time it took me to take it apart the first time. All right. Put this thing here. Gonna pop this sucker on one last try. And seat, lock, the back button, the red button. Lock, snap, come on, snap it. Lock, okay, all 4 of those are locked. I'm going to throw the battery back in here. Like I said, this thing was still pretty wet when I washed the board in the sink. So, let's see, is this going to even turn on? Press the power button. Let's see if the TV turns on. You should be able to hear it. Oh, TV went on, okay.
July 27th.
Let me go point this towards the thing and see if it changes channels. It changes channels, amazing.
And usually by the morning.
Okay, it's still working, it's changing channels. Now the big thing, look, did I fix the volume?
That could have been my kid.
Let me turn this thing down. Let me turn this thing down so you can hear me. That's the working one.
I am so grateful.
At Sanctuary, no family ever receives a bill. In fact, no family pays Sanctuary for anything. That's
Oh wow,
$19
kind of interesting. I broke the switch. The switch is just flopping around, so. Alright, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you learned something on how to break stuff. Alright, this is the video that never seems to end. I was able to get that switch to work, not that it mattered, because this is going in the garbage. There's a little, it's a switch tang, and then there is a sliding thing, and I just had a line to open it up again for the 3rd, 4th time to get that lined up. So that switch does work. The volume wasn't working in the first place, probably because, as I said, the connections were all worn out. So putting the sandpaper on there didn't help any because it removed even more material. But that is the end of the video. This is going to go in the garbage so that it can go sit in a landfill and be here in 10,000 years. Thank you.